Baltic Brand Talks, podcast about all things creative and trending. Hey everyone at Baltic Brand Talks. We are once again here together. Me, Lelde from With Consulting.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rihards.
And I'm Andris from Magic.
And as you probably know by now, in this company, we are talking about what's trending. And we have arrived at this time of the year when everything is about Christmas. So we will dive into what's trending this Christmas. And as always, we will keep an eye on our field, the creative field, the advertising campaigns, Baltics, everything in between. So first thoughts, Richard, what's popping up for you?
I don't know. I guess there is a lot of things that we were already knowing that's going to happen. A lot of fairy tale stories from different kind of brands, just trying to make the world super glowing and everything possible and everything nice and clean and a lot of interesting and emotional stories as it should be in Christmas holiday time. And overall, I think there is a lot of interesting campaigns to talk about. We're going to have around 6, which we're going to dive into a bit more deeper, and then just trying to pick and drop some other campaigns that are interesting and could be interesting to you to just look them up. So yeah, something like that.
And as always, we will have everything posted in the links in the comment section below, so you can watch them because most of them are videos.
Yeah.
Why it's always videos? Any guesses?
Well, storytelling. I mean, I think you get more of the story if you kind of spend some time with it. There is drama, there is music. So I think there is, the form that helps to build emotions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can start. I'm gonna share you 2 campaigns that are from fast food chain field. So mainly the most interesting campaigns or the most vivid campaigns are coming from the retail stores. Lidl, Asda, and Sainsbury and Waitrose and so on. But I chose 2 from retail fast food chains as they are a bit different than others. The first one is from KFC. KFC in Canada launched their own vinyl album this year as I think that comes together with if you are ordering just the fillet chickens from them. So they introduced the lid of a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
We all know the famous or well-known bucket from KFC, and the lid is built in as a vinyl record, and there is 4 songs. We Wish You a Merry Christmas, Jingle Bells, Deck the Hall, 12 Days of Christmas, which are remastered and remixed with the different sounds from inside of KFC. So they are combining the time when we are eating with the music that's always there in the Christmas time, and then giving their own spin, their own flavor to this album. And so some lucky ones in Canada could get interesting playlist and the vinyl itself looks a bit quirky as it is from paper mainly, and there is a bit of the layer on it to make it the sound out of it. So yeah, I like that because it's different. It's not TVC as we started this conversation as, and it's playing around with brand identity things and incorporating some kind of twist in their packaging or in their looks. So I know, have you seen this?
No, I haven't. But basically, if I have a record player, I can put it on and it will just sound brilliant.
And if I don't have record player,
then you can buy one.
then you have
There would
shop next door, or a good idea for Christmas gift.
Or put it on
yourself.
eBay. Yeah. I'm betting there will be a demand for that as well.
Yeah, but I think music perfectly fits Christmas, and We can't, I think, also blame our own agency for trying to collaborate with musicians almost every year for several of our clients, and either creating new songs or adding maybe a great visual story to existing ones, like we did with LMT and Instrument this year. So I think music fits perfectly, and I also really like the idea that it's called something physical and attached to the product, so even almost a part of the product that you can buy, and then you're one of the happy ones to buy the right one, like a Charlie Chocolate Factory thing.
Yeah.
Always works, I think.
Exactly.
But let's see the results, right? After Christmas season.
Yeah, and then second one is from McDonald's in UK, and they launched an interesting TVC film. It's a bit out of everything else that comes here in Christmas time. It's more upbeated, more vivid, with all the neon signs on it. So basically, they launched a film which follows two parents sitting in the car after a chaotic day of checking off all the Christmas to-do list. Buying presents, taking care of the food which we're gonna put on the table, and so on, and then they just somewhere in the field see glowing arches, and then there's a bit of mix of how they're going there, a lot of Christmas decorations just coming alive, super colorful, super entertaining, and on the soundtrack of it is Benny Benassi, Satisfaction. So it also gives a bit of upbeat vibe, and gives the mood to this campaign. So yeah, with all the colors and soundtrack, it really stands out between other campaigns. And that's not it. They also added a bit of treasure hunt element to the campaign. They have incorporated a lot of codes that you can find both in their ads, in restaurants, and also if you're just looking around the city. They are hidden somewhere, so find the code, write it in the app, and get something free from McDonald's. So both just interesting visually campaign with materials and sound, and also a way how can you just interact with your customer, make them do something extra and get something out of that. So also interesting mechanism, and as I said, different from others.
Yeah, sounds really cool. And also I love that you have this hecticness of the holiday season, and McDonald's as this island of just everything is being taken care of.
Yeah, they called it Oda to spontaneous drive-through dinner, and it's it goes together nicely.
Yeah, and I also love the notion of this human insight and these feelings that we have during the holiday season, and I see that a lot of brands are tapping into that as well. Like, for example, Starbucks with their video drink in, breathe out. They also show this hectic motion of holidays, and then you go to Starbucks and you take a sip, and then everything is better, and I can take on the holidays like on a proper way. Or Zalando had a really cool video where they played around with this dread of trying to find something to wear, and they had this in a video. The main person was a girl, and she was in a towel around her body and towel around her head, and she was put into different situations, like, for example, with in-laws at the dinner table, at office dinner party. And, this feeling that I think all of us get, like what to wear for Christmas, and do not want to repeat myself. I want to fit in. I want to stand out. All of these things.
Ugly sweaters feel like old, cool idea.
That's something that's gone by. Maybe it will become cool again in some years. But and also Pepsi Max had this video campaign, Everything Else Can Wait. It's Christmas after all. And they showed these empty workspaces, empty gyms,
bars,
empty everything. Yeah, and when everyone comes together at Christmas, and there is this vibrancy, and this thread of thought shows that Christmas isn't only about happy dinners and being together with your loved ones, but actually this time of the year is quite complex, and we have a lot of different emotions, and brands can tap into basically all of these emotions and help you out with them.
Yeah, just like last year when IKEA came out with the campaign that just recommended you just take time out, take a breather, just go into the second room and take a nap because the rush is crazy in the Christmas time, and trying to not forget something and trying to be everywhere at the same time, and all the eating and all the stuff that it's overwhelming, and we have to just find a way how to block it out or deal with that. And your campaigns nicely shares the feeling and shares the emotion. And you already mentioned empty pubs, and I also found one interesting campaign which I want to just shortly mention. There was in UK, Heineken together with some kind of pub association, they tried to make a conversation around loneliness issue that is also there, and they played around Home Alone, and they built their own version about Pub Alone. A guy who at first really enjoys being alone in the bar. He can drink how many beers he wants. There he can have chips.
The music choice.
He can have his own chips. He don't have to share them with someone else. But in the end, he just needs friends, and in the end, he's inviting his best friends, and they come together, and everything is funny and happy, and so on. But it also shows that there is people who are lonely at the Christmas, and we can't forget about them, and we have to try somehow help each other and bring the Christmas spirit to each and everyone.
So that's the pub where all the lonely hearts can celebrate Christmas, right? Did I understand correctly?
They showed it in ad.
Can we share the address? Maybe we have lonely Baltic hearts who can take a cheaper Baltic,
or the ones who are trying to find their living in UK.
Or the ones, But I mean, let's just start with the ones who are lonely.
Yeah. Okay, then cool. I can continue with the campaigns that popped out for me. The first of all, it's just like my favorite ad of the year, probably Norwegian Postal Service, The Rainfall. They had this more than 3-minute mockumentary called The Rise and Fall of the Rudolph. And it's like this absolute Netflix-style documentary where we have our main characters, and the characters most of them are human-like. We also have Santa Claus, and we have these reindeer characters, which are humans with these reindeer horns. Mm-hmm. And they are telling the story like in this, how would you normally make a documentary where someone is sitting and then you have some B-roll and you have everything put together with dramatic quotes. And basically what this does, this documentary follows Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, who becomes head of transportation, and he gets quite cocky about it. He gets the fame, he gets the drugs, and he has the downfall. And everything spirals out, and everything goes to a very bad place. And the whole end is only the post saying that we got you. Like, no matter what's happening in the North Pole, we got you. And the campaign manager from the Post End said that this time we wanted to shift the focus away from Santa and onto those who share our job of delivering gifts. While we won't interfere with the North Pole's operations, we are proud to show that Post End has delivered faithfully every Christmas since 1647, no matter how things are going up north. And I think this is just cool way how you can make entertaining piece, something that isn't an ad, but is form of entertainment. And you find this little glimmer that shines on you, because it's about delivery. It's about being things on time. And I think it's just brilliant.
Yeah, it's also one theme that we can see each and every year that there is some campaigns that are trying to work around the tale of Santa Claus and how the gifts are delivered. Last year we took it with our Rick's campaign, our airport partner, where just played around. Do you really believe that Santa Claus comes to you through the chimney, or maybe it's just illusion? And also this year I saw there was one boots campaign or something that showed that Santa Claus really are lazy, and the Mrs. Claus are the one who really takes care of all the packaging and getting all together, and he just pops into his carriage and then flies away, and also working around different kind of aspects of who is in charge, how does it it's been done, done.
And it's not always that Santa that we have in Coca-Cola ads.
Yeah.
The character has changed. And the other, I would say, like campaign or mix of things comes from Duolingo. They have launched album on Spotify. It's called Owl on the Prowl. And they have 4 songs there that are Christmassy. But they tap into this Duolingo whole like function about shaming you if you are not doing well on your learnings, and if you are not doing well on your learnings, then you might end up on the naughty list. And they have these quite funny songs. They are sang together with some kids. You can also have videos on them. They are in this Duolingo like crazy style. It goes it goes around on all different things. They have remarks also on Home Alone. And they also have released these plushie toys that you can buy. They have social media content. They are playing all around with this. And some of the tracks include songs like Owl on the Prowl, I Hate Christmas, and Japanese or Broken Knees.
Yeah, that one probably kind of even more connected to what Duolingo offers. Is different languages, including Japanese, that you can learn.
And if you're not learning, you will be on the naughty list. No presents for you.
I think, again, playing around the music in Christmas works, especially if you add a humor, and if you kind of don't play along just jingle bells. I really loved how one of the Latvian hip-hop artists called Viņa responded to the kind of usual Christmas song with their own this rebel Christmas song. Which is, again, you not everybody have to play along the very sweet and maybe sometimes too sweet lyrics. There are always some antidotes. No, how do you call it in English? The ones who are against the trend, the anti-trend. Zaggers, yeah.
Rebels. Andrew, what stood out for you this time of the year?
Yes, first of all, I had a real problem. I thought everything looks very similar and is cliche, and I will not have anything to share at all. But then, the more you dig, the more you find. So, but basically I came back with what I started is that, and what probably everybody has seen in some way was the Coca-Cola's ugly AI commercial. I have to say it truthfully. I mean, we all know that AI is a great tool, a great opportunity, but this was really the example where you think, wow, that's something that didn't create any emotion at all. It's clearly fake, but it's not about Coke. It's about Zevia, the challenger brand. Zevia is, as you probably know, not too many probably in Baltics, but in States, zero sugar, naturally sweetened beverage company, that is. Latest better for you soda brand to step up, and they launched the first time with one of their products also in Super Bowl, so they're becoming very visible, but their response, how they responded to this very artificial fake ad from Coke was very, very, very funny, very entertaining. So what they did, they basically exaggerated all of those AI scenes, having Santa Claus arriving in a drone, a polar bear devouring gifts, a soda truck running over a snowman. Yes, Coca-Cola would probably never be able to do something like that to snowman. A couple of Christmas lights on their teeth. And a girl with three hands, the kind
classic
of
AI.
The classic AI mistake, which we've seen in some funny AI experiment videos, but all of this put together, and of course referring Coke, and then also ending up with the slogan that time to get fake out of here and try something real, with the drink that also offers more organic and natural drink. So I think it's probably perfect response to one of the most awaited or one of the most classical Christmas ads of all time, because again we know that Coke almost owns Christmas with their
red color
trucks and Santa Claus, who actually is driver. Not the funny guy from Lapland, but actually is driving the Coca-Cola trucks and so on. So really kind of dominating the space. So I think it was really the perfect opportunity of the challenger brand to do it. But again, it took balls to do it. It took some effort and courage, but also the speed of reaction, because I mean, just in a couple of weeks they responded, and I think for them AI worked really well, because with the help of AI you can actually get something done in a couple of weeks what you wouldn't probably would be able to do if you would hire a crew and go to film it. So that's probably my favorite ad of this year so far. There will probably some more coming out, and
it also shows from Cola side how tight is the line you have to be if you are trying to work with some iconic things, the things that everyone knows, loves, and there is a lot of fans of that, and you try just to twist it or remake it in this case, and it shows how tough it is just to follow in your own great steps you have already made. So
like the Zevia CMO Kirsten Suarez also commented that artificial things can be convenient, but they can also be concerning to people. From AI videos without the feeling of human connection to sodas with artificial ingredients. So kind of nailing it. And she also said that while our light-hearted parody ad aims to entertain in response to the increasing use of AI in marketing, we hope it starts a conversation about Zevia being a great alternative to artificial soda. So, in a way, and I think it did both. It really did, reopen the conversation about AI as something that can be used to tell the stories and where the line is, and also about what fits what fits your brand and what doesn't fit your brand, and how healthy the drink is.
Yeah, and now I know what Zevia is.
It feels a bit like the kind of the comedy style is somewhere along the lines with Liquid Death or Ryan Reynolds, both brands that are kind of quite iconic in terms of their tone and character.
Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds also did reaction this year on with his aviation gin. The Walmart has this movie Frosty about snowman who is kind of human-like. He's a snowman, but he has these human features, and there is this whole love story between him and a girl, and Ryan Reynolds took all this aesthetic, made himself out of a snowman, and he had this aviation gin in a hand. And in the ad, the girl goes up to him, and they are having googly eyes, and he's like, "Oh, this is my time of the year. Snowman can become someone who is desired." And she just grabs out the gin out of his hand and runs away. So, as you mentioned, very, very on point. These reactions are something that's working.
So yeah, for me, I think Xavier really stole the show, and I was meanwhile in the several places in Barcelona, London for different conferences, and somewhere like this Coca-Cola AI, and the whole topic was part of the discussions all over. So kind of it's really something that you don't only find in marketing blogs, but you actually have real people discussing. And the other one, I still tried to pick one. So again, overall, I felt there's a lot of nostalgia kind of ads, which I think also perfectly fits Christmas time when you meet your, families and grandmas, and then you usually what happens, you open up the photo album, so you are reminded about the childhood. So, and John Lewis, the Christmas ad that we all always wait to see what's happening, because again they probably are the ones that every other Christmas ad is referred to.
They're showing the way, yeah.
They have been showing the way. So this year it feels like it's not as magnetic or as unexpected. It's still a nice story about your two sisters, and then kind of again all the memories that you have about love and hate relationship that all of us who has siblings, is it brothers or sisters? I'm lucky to have both. So it kind of works well with the there is some feeling in it, but kind of, I don't know. I was maybe again this level of expectation
the anticipation
for John Lewis. I can only imagine the pressure that agency and marketing team has. Like first time going with the whole year's budget to Super Bowl. It's like So I did not choose John Lewis ad, but I thought the ad that is made by Adam and Eve DDB, the same agency that we know very well, and also the same agency who does John Lewis ads for more than a decade, but they have done the ad for
Disney.
For Disney, and the Disney story is which is called The Boy and the Octopus, and the story is exactly about it. So basically, the Disney ad shows and it's directed by Taika Waititi, also with his own kind of signature. And the spot basically tells the tale of a boy who discovers a tiny octopus attached to his head, and one does, and brings it home. So of course it's all kind of little weird and quirky, and the whole kind of friendship is quite unexpected, and of course that leads right into a very satisfying Christmas surprise. And I think what made this ad quite magical is that it doesn't do that so many other ads rely on this season. So no sleigh bells, thank God, no sweaters, no scarves, no claymation, just pure Disney storytelling, funny, imaginative, and very heartwarming. So that's something, because I started to watch it and I just couldn't not watch it till then, because the whole kind of setup is visually quite stunning. The weirdness, which I like a lot in the sea of ordinary of ads. So so my other, let's say my silver award goes to Disney and the boy with the octopus on his head.
And it's more like a short film than an ad.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with you, Andris. When I saw that this is also made by Adam and Eve, I thought, maybe they just mixed it up and didn't send this to John Lewis. And
it's probably John Lewis creative team. Given the Disney brief.
So because it's everything that has been in John Lewis ads before, like the relationships between something and a boy or a girl. Showing them the world of us, and in the end just somehow splitting up and giving something to others to just follow.
Cool. Anything else?
I know
something in our own local beautiful countries of Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania that has popped up.
Actually, nothing isn't like popping that up. I have seen that some of the brands are using these Christmas advent calendars, like Remy on their app. Each day you have a discount for a different product group. But
Parcel machines of Latvia Post. I saw the idea that I think every parcel kind of machine has always had, because it's almost the physical, these machines, they look like the advent
like the
calendar. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
So I don't know, maybe it has been done already before, but this year Latvian Post has launched also his physical advent calendar.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What's inside of it?
That's a good question. Have to check it out. First come, first serve, I think.
Well, it definitely got my attention.
Yeah. And anything else? Shall we end with Dod Pieci? Give me 5.
Yeah, maybe something that we have done.
Yeah, no, it's both actually. It's both something that we have done, or our creative and agency team has done, but also it's something that we want to ask all of our fans and listeners of the podcast, that you have actually take part in the campaign, because it's another Give 5 or Dod Pieci, as we call it in Latvian. So it's a initiative for many years now from Latvian Radio or Radio 5, where 3 DJs will spend how many days? 6 days. 6 days without leaving the glass studio in the very middle of our Dome Square, which is kind of the Christmas square of Riga, and play music for donations. So each of us can choose your favorite rap or classical
or Christmas song,
Christmas or whatever song that you would otherwise never probably hear on radio. So there's your chance. And this year the topic or the theme is we want to raise awareness and money to people who face sudden health issues, where the time is critical, and when your life really depends on financial means.
Yep.
So if you have, you can live. If you don't have, there's almost no chance of survival. So we really want to, together with Latvian Radio and Zied.lv, donate.lv, which is probably the largest donation platform in Latvia, we want to basically have enough funds so that while you can start your own donation campaign, what often people do, or when you maybe receive some support from state, which sometimes takes weeks or months or even a year, so that people can have the fund. And and just very shortly about the concept itself, as we know that these sudden and these health issues, if somebody in our family or from our friends has the issue, usually we are very connected, and the whole family is of course very much influenced, just like if we think about this thing that it's actually handmade, and that's one of the key visuals of campaign. Those who watch video can look at it. Of course, we will link for audio listeners, so you can also see some of the parts of campaign. But basically, so I think it's the first campaign, at least in Latvia, probably in the world, where it has not been photoshopped or drawn, but it has been crocheted. Is it the right word in English? Tamborēšana? Crocheting?
Yeah,
crocheting.
I don't know about the
so it's a handcraft technique where you use a needle, where you use stitching, and then stitch by stitch, like there is euro with euro, like all together we really hope to raise many hundreds of thousands of euros to support, just like these families. If you stick together and you help each other and you find a way to support your dear ones, you can solve the issue. If you can't, then basically there's the whole material. Like you look and see this one, it starts to
fall apart,
and again stitch by stitch just ends, and this is something that we definitely wouldn't want to see among ourselves, among our families, among our close ones, but among anyone who is alive and who deserves to live. So 7 ladies for 2 months have been crocheting the campaign. First, they started with these key visuals that you can see in outdoors and banners. So none of it is fake. And it comes nicely back to Coca-Cola AI campaign, which was very fake. So we are going to other extreme. This is probably the most authentic handmade campaign we have ever done in our almost 30 years of history of magic. And also now they are working for last few months with the large outdoor that will be fully crocheted. It's 2.3 meters size. That will be placed on the studio of this donation marathon, where those 3 DJs will be locked in for 6 days. So if you want to see the real crafted outdoor, probably the first of a kind in the world, then that's another reason to come by studio, which will be opened next Friday evening with a nice concert, and then for the rest of the week until Christmas. Please enjoy the music, the crocheted outdoor, and of course, just the idea that we, with our creative ideas, we can really sometimes really help saving the world. That's great.
Exactly. Something else? Left hand said.
I don't know. I think it's had been quite a nice year. I enjoyed that we, after talking about it, we actually launched the podcast.
Yeah.
Still feels like, yesterday, but I think it's already around 15 episodes or so.
This will be the 15th. And we are live for 6 months already. So that's also...
That deserves the celebration or champagne or...
Some gifts, maybe.
Some gifts to each other.
We have definitely made it to the good list.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also the experiment with going live and doing Baltic Brand Forum, where Lelde stepped up. And,
that was fun.
And had a physical podcast studio in the forum. That was also quite cool.
And thanks to everyone who agreed, because... to those who I talked to, it also was stepping out of their comfort zone, and I really appreciate that we have such great guests on our podcast.
So, as we know, the wrap-up season is on. We've all exchanged our Spotify and Remy wraps, and also today some of our strategy friends shared the Asana wrap-ups.
Yep, one completed task.
I mean, sometimes, one is, is still more than nothing. But yeah, if we would wrap up Baltic Brand Talks, what's maybe your highlight of all of those 15 episodes, or what's something that maybe stood out?
Emotionally for me, the very first interview, you and Andy Pearson from Liquid Death, and me sitting behind at the other end of the studio and just praying that it will be recorded, and just the notion that we got him. What a way to start with a bang.
Yeah, normally you would start, with a little test with your own colleague. No, we started basically with probably one of the most demanded person globally.
Yep.
From the Liquid Death brand, which is most discussed for a couple of years in a row, and definitely has other things to do besides talking to some strangers in Riga. Yeah, that was, I remember that one. Yeah, again, it's like all the first ones, they are a bit special. But I had a good and safe feeling, because I had you, I had, I think Frankie was here, our always support man. I think we have to thank you, Frank.
Yeah, and we were sitting and he was chatting to me like, is everything okay? I'm so stressed I'm gonna puke.
Oh my God.
We were at the edge, but everything went brilliantly.
Yeah, and I think we have to thank you, those invisible kind of back-end support group that we have. Frank, first of all, who is our technical support.
Mother also doing a lot of stuff with publishing, with editing, etc.
Thank you, Madara.
Yeah, our designer Igers, who had this one Asana task done.
That's the one task he did, okay. Yeah, so our strategic planner also played a designer for the podcast. I think Identity was designed by Carola.
Carol Ruben,
Thank you, Carola. Also great cool designs.
That lives on.
Lives on, and distinct colors and style, which is great. Anyone else?
Oh, I think half of the office,
Half
to
of
be
the
honest.
office, yeah. Rihards, what's your the I don't know, the episode or interview or highlight from the year?
I don't know. I believe it's just the steady growth of our audience and seeing that there is listeners out there who cares or are interested in the things that we can share, and overall just staying fit, just looking around, just being ready. Just it's gonna be Monday, and Andris gonna say, "Oh, let's make another episode," and you have to be ready, and you have to be just jump in and share the things that are there interesting around. So it's a good exercise or a good way to be just strong in knowing the field and seeing the things and just being. Doing that, it's for me as I see it's just another exercise or just a way how we can train as a strategist as well.
Yeah, it keeps us sharp.
And you, Andris?
Yeah, it's hard to choose one. I think it's like I love the conversation with Patty Gilmer, who's also part of our Baltic Brand Forum this year on the power of humor. Our one of account humor consultant global, but he was here in the studio because many of those imported guests we are meeting Zoom or other platforms, so it was really nice that he was around in Riga and we could have a proper chat like we had with several Latvian marketing directors. So all conversations were nice, but maybe Paddy is like he's a real kind of master of conversation. You almost kind of don't feel like you're in the podcast and you just basically, he was laughing, I was laughing, we were kind of chatting, and then I was looking at the clock and oh shit, 1 hour has passed, so let's close it. But yeah, otherwise I also really think that it helps to look behind the scenes, even those brands that I follow every day almost, like Baltic or Bolt or Volkswagen and others, and I've seen their work, or Virshi, I've seen their work, but then again from those stories you understand also about the culture, about the teamwork, about the process, and some sweat and blood and joy that all of those mixed emotion that usually goes behind the scenes. So I think it's a good start. I'm still not very happy about my own language and a lot of extra words unnecessary. A lot of if you would have to have a shot, tequila shot every time I say we
fun drinking game.
We haven't, we even have a very healthy end of the day. But I think that definitely, helps us to be in shape as well.
Exactly.
Anything else? By the way, what the stats say about how many fans have we engaged during last 6 months?
So on Spotify, we have more than 200 followers.
200? Okay, good start.
Yes, which is really, really good. And we have more than 1,600 platform plays.
Okay.
Which is really good, for these 14 episodes that are uploaded.
Mm-hmm.
I think good math. Yeah, and we have listeners from all 3 Baltic countries, predominantly Latvians, but Lithuanians and Estonians close by, and we also have listeners from other European mostly countries. So this are a bit broken English pays out.
Yeah.
It isn't a barrier, so that's also good to know.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole idea, that we, of course, for episodes like this, 3 Latvians would be kind of easier to speak in English. But then again, if you really want the Baltic brands to share their observations and come to our interviews, I think it still makes sense to do it in English, and we will have a lot of guests from Estonia, Lithuania, and other countries next year. Besides, of course, our own Latvian experts on marketing and branding. So let's see what the next year brings.
Yeah, not stopping.
Not stopping at all. All right. Thank you, Lelde, for leading the way. Thank you, Rihards, for never-ending ability to hunt new trends and cases and campaigns.
And thank you,
was a
Andris, for
pleasure.
leading us. Yeah.
Yeah, and you are the engine of it. So
All right. Let's move forward.
exactly.
Thank you. And listeners, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And we see us next year.
Yeah, soon.
Perfect.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.